You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know, I never done that, man. I don't even know where they come up with that, man. And then the guy's a rat, man. He's been working for the feds for 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? Cooperate. So you can look at my paperwork, man. My paperwork. If I was ratting, it'd be on CNN. You know what I mean?
BMF Immortal, and it's cool. Like sometimes we switch perspectives, so it's from a law enforcement perspective.
Oh wow!
Instead of it being from the actual hustler side of the aspirational side, just the.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
They ain't telling nobody. Because if you're telling, you can't even look forward to going home.
Okay, so 50 Cent blasted Lil Meech and posted video footage and evidence of him allegedly snitching on his security. The security, who ended up taking the fall for everything, said that he was asleep when Lil Meech threw everything in his lap.
Sir, it's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
Well, we can get that all straightened out.
Y'all, Big Meech just threatened 50 Cent in a text message, telling him to stop talking about his son or face serious consequences. This comes after 50 leaked some crazy footage of Lil Meech snitching to police on his former friend and letting him take the fall for him. Now, this friend is actually backing 50 and claiming he went to prison because Lil Meech snitched on him. As you probably know, 50 Cent's been firing shots at the Meech father-son duo for months, and it looks like Big Meech has had enough. Let's just say, things could get ugly if 50 keeps it up.
It's not legal.
Huh?
It's not legal.
Is it?
It's not legal.
It's not legal what?
To have a
All right, so let's get into this wild body cam footage 50 Cent just dropped that shows Lil Meech snitching on his friend during a traffic stop. The clip comes from an arrest where Lil Meech's friend was taken into custody, and according to him, Meech sold him out to the cops that I end the video. Both men are detained, and Lil Meech is sitting in the back of a squad car. At one point, you can hear him ask the officer, "Did you find the other stuff?" Right after the cop mentions finding a gun. The crazy part is that the officer had just said having the gun wasn't illegal, but Meech's question led them to search the car again.
Oh. Good, man.
Hey, so what y'all doing in the gun? What y'all found it on him? Y'all found it.
And get this friend who got locked up because Lil Meech allegedly snitched on him just went on IG and exposed exactly what happened. The man, who goes by the name 3 Luck, posted a series of photos showing him and Lil Meech hanging out, along with that body cam footage. According to him, Meech snitched to the police and pinned gun and substance charges on him. The man wrote in the caption, "Reason I got to go do Fed time. See, this the ish I hate, fake dudes like Lil Meech. In my Trezali life, supposed to be real, but do ho-ish." He then threw shade at Big Meech, saying he raised a lame, and claimed Lil Meech made him take the fall for the gun and substance possession while he was asleep in the car. He also brought up 50 Cent backing him for exposing Lil Meech as a snake. He wrote that Lil Meech admitted he was sorry and promised to pay him back, including being disloyal to 50 at the same time. He added, "Why you asking 12 if they got the guns and other stuff off me? That ain't a form of telling." He continued, saying the only reason he came around Lil Meech was because he thought his longtime friend Mitra, who he's known for over 20 years, was loyal. But according to him, Mitra turned out to be disloyal too. How you with the same dude that put me in an effed up position? I spent hella money on lawyers and 3 different bonds because of him. He went on to say that instead of teaching Lil Meech how to take accountability, everyone around him was focused on keeping his image clean. Meanwhile, this man was making sure Lil Meech was straight and safe, even while he was zonked out on pills. He also revealed that he lost his business money and is about to lose years of his child's life. All because Lil Meech allegedly snitched. He finished by referencing Big Meech's infamous motto, "These the same dudes that say, death before dishonor." That's just words like, "I love you." As for Lil Meech, so far he hasn't publicly responded to these allegations. However, you already know who did, 50 Cent. He wasted no time airing out Lil Meech for being a rat. First, 50 shared a screenshot of Power star Michael Rainey Jr.'s Instagram feed. In the caption, 50 threw shade at Lil Meech, writing, "I'm proud of you, Michael. I looked at your page, lol. See what happens when you don't use drugs and spend all your money on chrome heart jeans. Then, just hours later, 50 doubled down, reposting the body cam footage of Lil Meech allegedly snitching, along with screenshots from 3 Luck. His caption read, "Yo, how you gonna throw your strapping and drugs on your man's lap while he sleep? Like, here, this yours, lol." But 50 wasn't done yet. He came back with another shady post and shared a photo from the BMF show. In the caption, he trolled Meech again, saying, "Pop." First he went to the airport with a gun and was popped and panicking. Now he on tape telling on his friends. 50 added that he really doesn't give an F, so you know it's bad. Now just for context, this airport comment was a reference to another wild video that leaked showing Lil Meech getting arrested after TSA found an unloaded gun in his bag, and he didn't even have a license for it. But the craziest part? Meech actually tried to claim he wasn't legally an adult, even though he was 23 at the time.
I swear to God, sir.
I know, but
Sir,
unfortunately,
sir.
there's certain procedures we have to follow
Okay,
anytime something comes in that's prohibited, correct?
Right. So listen,
You
sir.
understand that, correct?
Can you please give
Do
me
you
a
have your
chance?
ID on you?
Sir, my ID's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, sir. Listen, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not
Okay,
pack my bag out
well,
of
we
the
can get that all
airport.
straightened out
Please, do
after
it.
the fact,
Okay,
okay?
thank you.
But until then, I have to put you in handcuffs until we figure this out.
Okay.
Okay, you
Can I
understand that?
Can I call my mom or somebody?
We'll do that after.
Okay.
All right, just turn around for me. Be cooperative. Everything's on video and audio surveillance. Plus, I'm on body cam. You understand that?
And to top it off, Meech pulled the "Do you know who I am?" card and name-dropped 50 Cent while scrambling to convince TSA that he's famous.
Stan, do you have anything else on you at this point?
No, sir, I promise I don't.
Okay.
Just an actor, sir.
No,
have a
I
premiere
understand.
tonight. Please. Man.
Do you have a
Could've
concealed
ruined my
weapons
life.
permit or anything like
No, I
that?
don't, sir. They left that in my bag. My little brother's, he was outside waiting for me, sir. I promise you, sir, that's not mine.
Okay.
I have security guards, sir. Sir.
Okay.
See how much jewelry I have on me? I went to private school. I'm a good kid, man.
He's saying that he's an actor and he has private security guards.
Does he
And
have
he didn't
security
pack-
weapons permission?
No,
No,
sir.
he doesn't have
And
a.
listen, sir, I just want to
All
tell you.
right. His ID and everything's supposedly in the bag.
Listen, sir,
where
I
the
want to tell you
weapons-
1 second. I fly every week, sir. I have security guards, and we'll rush into the airport. I have a premiere. I'm an actor. That's why I have a big chain. Me and 50 Cent have a TV show. Sir, this will ruin my life.
Now, you already know that 50 Cent lives for this kind of mess. And with that new footage leaking of Lil Meech allegedly snitching on his friend, yeah, 50 just got handed premium content for his petty IG posts. But here's the thing, Lil Meech's dad, Big Meech, just broke his silence, and he's warning 50 to lay off his son, after 50 shared those shady posts about Lil Meech snitching and even referenced Big Meech as a failed parent. Big Meech responded by posting a series of photos with his son. In the caption, he wrote, "Nothing can stop us. We all the way up." But it turns out Big Meech isn't just posting father-son vibes. He might be making serious moves behind the scenes. After 50 took multiple shots at Lil Meech, word began spreading that Big Meech personally reached out to one of 50's longtime associates. And according to a few industry insiders, the message was loud and clear. "Tell him to stop playing with my son or else." Now, obviously, Big Meech isn't the type to go online and talk tough. That's not his style. But the shift in energy is hard to ignore. In fact, there are even rumors that a few producers close to the BMF series left the show, possibly trying to cool things down before it spills over into real-life drama. Let's not forget, 50 didn't just start trolling Lil Meech out of nowhere. This whole feud actually kicked off earlier this year when Big Meech linked up with Rick Ross. That move set 50 off, and he publicly accused Big Meech of being a rat. 50 implied that Meech cooperated with the feds to reduce his sentence under the First Step Act, even going so far as to post screenshots of court documents, suggesting that Meech became a cooperating witness through his longtime associate, Tammy Cowens. But here's the reality. Nothing in Big Meech's case proves he snitched. He served 27 out of the 30 years he was sentenced to, and the small reduction in time was based on changes in sentencing guidelines, not on cooperation. There's also a rare prison interview with Big Meech that recently leaked. In it, he directly denies the snitching allegations, saying, "If I ever cooperated, it would have been all over the headlines by now."
You can look at my paperwork, man. My paperwork, if I was ratting it to be on CNN, you know what I mean?
You better believe it, my nigga.
Yeah, it'd be on CNN. You know, you got some people insinuate old Big Meech telling on Mexicans. How? Look on Wikipedia. It'll tell you Daniel Correll out of L.A., he telling on me. Shit, you know, the penitentiary rules is if you do not call a man hot or a rat or a snitch or that he cooperating with the government without having paperwork to prove it. You know what I'm saying? Right. If not, you get your bitch ass up top. You check in or your car checks you in. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, you're not supposed to send her, oh, yeah, I think Big Meech hot. No, you don't think that. You show that, or you keep your opinion to yourself.
And this whole snitching drama is exactly why fans are divided on the issue. On one side, some folks are saying 50 had no business calling Big Meech a rat, especially after he served nearly 30 years behind bars. But then others are arguing that Big Meech's move to team up with Rick Ross was a major betrayal, especially considering how 50 took care of Meech's family while he was locked up and even gave Lil Meech his big acting break. Now, here's where things get even more personal. 50 Cent previously hinted that this is actually the real reason Big Meech turned on him. According to 50, Big Meech felt threatened by his close bond with Lil Meech. In a recent IG post, 50 explained why things fell apart between him and Big Meech, and he said it all came down to jealousy. According to 50, Big Meech couldn't handle the fact that Lil Meech was closer to 50 than to his own father. So, he ended up cutting off his son's financial support out of spite. 50 also claimed that Big Meech was a bad influence on Lil Meech, allegedly encouraging him to use substances and blow through his money, while 50 stepped in as a real father figure to help get him on the right track. And the wildest part, 50 said that during the filming of BMF, Lil Meech hit a serious low point because of substance issues. And it was 50 who stepped in to get him the help he needed. He wrote, "I thought about it. I think he was uncomfortable with me and Mimi's relationship. I'm telling Mimi, I don't want him doing drugs. He telling him he used to do X like it's cool. I tell Mimi, chill. Stop spending all your money. He telling him how much money he blew." Then 50 dropped a bombshell. "People don't know I had to send Mimi to rehab. Russell Horn's BP was high AF on set. He started throwing up at a weapons test. Then Ian told me the little dude had whippets in his truck. I said, what the F asterisk is whippets? I look, and it's that ish that B and BBB guns." That last line seems to reference nitrous oxide abuse, which has become a problem in some circles. And if you look up some of Lil Meech's early interviews, right after landing the role in BMF, he openly said he was completely lost before 50 took him under his wing, and even paid for his acting lessons.
50 actually came and got me before I even knew I could even act at all, before acting was even a thought. My dad called me one day and told me that he wanted me to fly to Atlanta in his presence so I could meet 50 for the first time and see the first casting that he was doing. You know, so I flew out there and it was lined around the street. And the first time I met 50, you know, it was just genuine. And I sat by him and we actually got to watch people audition for a couple hours. And the next day he called me 8 o'clock in the morning, woke me up. I'm like, damn, 50 calling me. So I answered the phone. He like, hey, what you think about going to acting classes? I want you to play your dad. And at first, you know, it sounded crazy, but of course, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm not doing nothing, so of course I wanted to do it, you know, I just didn't know if I could do it.
However, Lil Meech totally blew that opportunity, and he reportedly spent the $5 million he made from the show in just 3 years. And the worst part? He didn't even invest in anything. He blew it all on cars, clothes, and jewelry.
Elliot charged me $200,000 just for this Cuban. This Cuban is like 1,100 grams. It's chunky, real big. I really can't have this on for longer than 3 or 4 hours. My neck started hurting. You know, you might find a regular Cuban for 50 or for 100 maybe, but you know, it's 200 just for a kilo.
What's the pendant for, sir?
3 just for the pendant. Right here, this is Antarctica. It's the big boy. This is pristine, called it Antarctica. It's the chandelier. And I might have seen Phil DJ Khaled with this on. It's that big boy, you know.
How much is it worth?
$2 million.
So, yeah, you've got to admit, 50 Cent has a point here. After everything he did for Lil Meech and practically changing his life, it's wild how things turned out. Now, as for the whole snitching situation, that's where it gets a little more complicated. Some sources close to Meech are now calling out 50 for being a hypocrite, saying he picks and chooses who to label a snitch.
Do you think Big Meech like told on somebody to get out, snitched, did anything extra?
No. Let me tell you why. Big Meech's paperwork is public records. There is no proof that Big Meech said, hey, bust him, bust him, bust him. Now, the situation with the lady Tammy, the female that he cool with or whatever, mess with whatever, I was having an argument with somebody about this last night. Now, if we go by prison rules and standards, Big Meech didn't sit down with the agents and say, hey, my bro gonna go ahead and settle boy up for me, so make sure y'all give me the credit. So we couldn't make a move on him because his name not in the paperwork for saying, authorizing this. Now, what she did, what would happen, the killers, the homies would be like, well, listen, bro, she your people, she did that with your name on it, so you gotta have her hit. You gotta either have her killed or you gotta bring a move to her because she implicated your name or the people got your name, your BMF, whatever, in this situation. You gotta handle this. So I was telling him, I said, bro, this is one of them situations where he had a ride or die. She jumped on it like, I'm gonna get him out here by any means. And, you know, I say now, we can't just up and say this. You know, people be like, common sense, well, man, did they have that talk? I don't know. So I don't think, you know, I got my own situation, so I don't really think that far into nobody else's situation anyway, but I do my little content. Yeah. But if, you see, you know, it's selective politics and it's selective who they gonna call a rat or who they not gonna call a rat in this industry. So we've been saying that since I've been home.
So now the question is, did 50 lie about Big Meech being a rat just because Meech linked up with Rick Ross? And with Big Meech now threatening 50, the real question becomes, did 50 go too far this time?